Is a Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I'll show you how you can go through the setup process of this device. So, when you boot up your device for the first time, you should be presented with the same screen that you can see on my end, where you have this bubble selection of languages. Pretty bad. So find the bubble that represents your language, click on it to select it, and then click on Get Started. Next, choose your region. Now we have all kinds of regions right here. Probably about 30% will fall under the India, but I don't recommend changing it to India. I recommend changing it to any country that is located in European Union, and there is a reason for that. So let's look for something like, as an example, Poland. That's where I'm from, and there we go, Poland. Now the reason for that logic here is if companies that are doing business in European Union will be forced to abide by EU's laws. So as an example, in recent timing, we have Apple that is trying to basically act like a spoiled piece of shit kid, kicking and screaming against European Union, forcing them to open up their platform, meaning the iPhones, to alternative stores, because monopoly might be good in the US apparently, but it's not good in Europe. So you can go piss off and do what you're told, and they're right now, like I said, kicking and screaming, basically refusing to do so and procrastinating, and they're just getting fined up the ass. But once they do that, I can guarantee they will only do it in European Union where they're forced to. US will still have their fantastically locked down system. So in this case, by selecting that you're from Europe, that's your region, they would technically have to actually give you those, those benefits of allowing you to use the store, alternative stores, like you would in European Union by law. So that's why I recommend changing it to regions that are in European Union, as when it comes down to consumer rights, we do have them figured out a little bit better than the greatest country in the world, apparently. Anyway, moving on, we have terms of use. So we have end user license agreement, which you can click on details what you're agreeing to, and then basic service statements. I don't think, actually, we do agree to both of those, so I just like to agree and continue. I have never read a single word of it, so yeah. Anyway, moving on, we have connect to a network. Now, it's Winnie the Pooh device, so there is no way to set it up without network, because God forbid China couldn't get your data and you dare to use this device without internet. That's not allowed. You can't set up your device the way you want to. You're gonna set up China's device as the CCP wants you to set it up, and they want you to connect to network. So you sure as shit will need to do that if you want to use this. So let's go through that. There we go. And now look at that, we can actually continue. It's fantastic that I can set up the device the way I want to, right? Now, here we have some data and privacy. Good joke there. Did CCP write that joke here? Moving on. I'm not even going to bother wasting time on the data and privacy bullshit. Moving on, we have device protection. So we have a couple different ways we can protect it, either through face recognition or screen lock, which consists of PIN pattern or password. As you can see, by default it opts into a 6-digit PIN, but we can change it to 4-digit PIN, custom PIN, which is what it was actually, pattern, or just a normal password. And also we have the face recognition, which for face recognition you'll also need to select a screen lock. Just because, those devices sometimes have a CC fit trying to recognize you, and when, I don't know, maybe a strand of hair is just not in a place, or maybe you just got a tiny little blemish on your face and the device like, whoa, stop right there, criminals, come, I don't recognize you, you can't get in. In this case, you're basically left with PIN pattern or password. That will obviously work no matter what state your face is in. Alternatively, you don't need to protect your device at all, like I did. Typically, I would say that you should protect it, but it's a tablet. It's not like you're probably going to be carrying that around too much. So it's a device that's primarily residing in a home, which at that point, it's not as important. And number two, I believe at least that most people don't store very personal information, at least not to the extent that you do on your phone, which again kind of removes the need to protect it. Now, moving on, we have parental control. Now, this might be a reason you want to protect your device, but in any case, you can set it up if you want to, or you can just select skip if you're not planning to use any kind of parental control on this device. Now, here we have Huawei ID, which can be best described as a copy of Apple iCloud. They basically have nearly identical page, and they want you to connect to it. I can click on continue, and again, the same BS design as Apple to try to force you into signing into it. If you don't want to, there is a way actually, which I'm going to show. But before I do want to mention, this is a Huawei device, and you will be using their App Store, or whatever they're calling it, App Gallery, I think, or something like that. And for that, you will need the Huawei ID, so you can download the applications. So this is basically as important as it is on Apple to have iCloud account. But you can skip it if you want to, as you can still download APKs from the internet really without signing into this. But most people will be using this, and they most likely want to sign into this to gain things like contacts and other things. I'm not planning to use this really, so I'm just going to select right here where it says don't have a Huawei ID or forget your password. And yes, there is no option here that would mention that you can skip it, but hey, well and behold, maybe later is at the bottom. Now when you click on it, leave without setting up Huawei ID, yep, we're gonna leave, at least I am. And this presents me with HMS Core. So here, again, before you continue any further, let's stop and take a break and take a look at the abominable options that are right here, like settings. Add ID statistics. Yeah, you don't need to gain add ID crap on me. You don't need to ID me as a user and then try to give me relevant ads. You can piss off with that one. Next, we have personalized ads. No, you can go screw yourself. You're going to be giving them randomly and not based on my interests. I prefer my device not to listen to me and see what I type or what I talk about and then give me relevant ads based on that. It's freaking creepy. Now, don't be fooled. Just because, you turn those off, it's not like your device stops listening to you. Let's be honest here. That's CCP. So, moving on. Enhanced services. Dear customer, HarmonyOS provides a range of enhanced... Okay, whatever. You can read this if you want to. But it's basically just more data gathering as far as I'm aware. So I'm going to select no thanks. User experience improvement programs. Share analytics. Oh, you really want this data, don't you? You can pay for it like everyone else does. Location services. Now, here I'll be selecting later, but I do want to point this out. Some applications will require location services, like your just basically GPS tracking. As without this, it will refuse to work. And it's not really a limitation of the application. It's a limitation of a shitty developer that basically wants to gather your data so then they can sell it. And if you want to use that app, you will have to allow this. Otherwise, they won't let you use it. You could alternatively try to spoof your location if you really want to be like anonymous. But some applications have a way to detect this anyway. I'm just saying. In any case, most people will probably have this enabled. I will be selecting it later anyways. Keep your software up to date. So just an automatic update. This, along with literally everything that we're going through here, can be changed later on in the settings, so it's not like set in stone. But I'm going to select update manually and don't enable. This basically means that I won't be getting my software updated automatically when new versions of it roll out. But it also, I do want to clarify this, does not stop OTA updates. OTA updates are the over-the-air updates, and if you've probably seen this happen to you, when you have just like default core applications on your device, and all of a sudden you never got an update, and it goes from one day looking certain way to next day looking differently. This is an OTA update which you have no control over, and it's being rolled out forcibly to your device without your permission, knowledge, to basically apply changes that a company wants to. This will be something that a lot of Android users will start to be very angry about once Android blocks the ability to install third-party APKs that aren't signed, or that basically didn't pay a ransom fee. So anyway, with that out of the way, let's move on. Data import. We have several different ways to import our data. So we have move data from another device, restore from a Huawei cloud backup, or set it up as basically a new device. And moving data from another device, it can be done two ways, either through a connection, wireless one. Basically, it's going to be a hotspot that this device creates, and your old device would connect to it and transfer over all the data wirelessly. That will require you to download their application for this. Huawei has their own application for it. And if you have an Android device, just to kind of bring it up, like anything like, for instance, this, it's a newer Samsung. If you're going to look for that application, typically you'd be looking for it on the Play Store. That's where you logically would be going for such an application. You will find it there, but I do want to warn you. The app that we will find in the App Store, Play Store, is an outdated version, as Huawei cannot do business with US companies anymore, and the version of the application available there is from like several years back. This app no longer functions with their devices, and the only way you can get it is by going to any kind of web browser and searching for it online. So just search for the Huawei, whatever the name of the app. I think it's like phone clone or something like that, I don't actually remember. But it will tell you what the application is, and you can download it. It might even actually give you the exact place where you can download it from, so you just type that into your search bar, download it, install it, and that one will work just fine. And that's one way you can import your data wirelessly using the application, and that application will also allow you to move over data using a cable. So you can plug in a cable and have a wired connection between these two devices, which will increase the speed at which the data gets transferred over. Now I'll be selecting setup as a new device, and this then gives me the option to select my system navigation. You can see that by default it tries to get me to use gestures, which is what I will want to use anyway. But if you're the OG user, you prefer buttons, you can click right here, change navigation method, and this will automatically swap to buttons and go to the next page. Now I'm going to stick with this, and I'm going to select finish. And this gives me, well, finally a reasonably volumed chime that I have finished the setup. You can select try now. And there we go. Our device is now fully set up. So, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to fix battery percentage not showing on Huawei MatePad 12X. Let's begin. So, as you can see, currently we don't really see our battery percentage, so let's quickly fix that. First of all, let's enter settings. Now, let's head into the battery section. And right here above Launch Manager, we have the option to show battery percentage. And currently it is disabled. All you want to do is simply enable it. And as you can see now, we can clearly see how many percentage we have left. And that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.
In front of me is Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I would like to show you how you can change theme of your keyboard. First of all, you need to launch your keyboard and click on this icon at the top left corner. Then select Schemes and tap on the best theme for you by clicking on it. So when I do that and go back, I can see that theme of my keyboard has changed. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I would like to show you how you can rename it. First of all, you need to open Devices Settings and scroll all the way down right away. Then hit About tablet at the bottom. When you're ready, select the device name and finally type in whatever you want to. Don't worry, I tested it and I can assure you it will work. After entering new name, all you need to do is hit OK. So when I do that, as you can see, name of my Huawei has changed. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I would like to show you how you can resize font. First of all, go into Settings and click on Display and Brightness over here. Now select Text Size and Weight and operate this slider under Text Size to adjust it. You can check out Preview at the top. So when I do that and go back, I can see that size of my font has changed. I would recommend to adjust font size on every device you are using, just to make it comfortable for your eyesight. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I would like to show you how you can change display refresh rate. All you need to do is go into Settings and tap on Display and Brightness right away. Now scroll all the way down and tap on Screen Refresh Rate over here. Finally, click on the one you wanna apply, Dynamic, High or Standard. And when you're ready, go back. So when I do that, as you can see, screen refresh rate of my Huawei has changed. Personally, I always go with Dynamic because it's making my device smoother, but my battery is not draining so fast as it would if I would set up high one. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I would like to show you how you can turn on or turn off adaptive brightness. I saw a lot of comments asking about adaptive brightness on this Huawei, so I tested it before recording to show you exactly where to find it and how to manage it. First of all, you need to open Devices Settings. Now click on Display and Brightness. And when you're ready, find this switcher next to Automatic feature located under Brightness slider. Then click on it, and if it's blue, that means that Auto Brightness is on. To switch it off, tap on the same one until it's gray. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I would like to show you how you can find Clipboard in Cellular Keyboard. First of all, if you want to use Clipboard, you need to copy or cut any text. Now, to find it, you need to access Clipboard. To do it, after launching your keyboard, you need to tap on this icon at the top left corner and choose Clipboard over here. Now, to paste anything from it, click on it. Then choose Paste option on the left. If you want to delete anything from Clipboard, click on it as well. And this time, tap on Delete in the middle. To go back to standard keyboard, click on the same icon at the top left corner. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I would like to show you how you can turn on or turn off auto rotation. First of all, you need to access Tab menu. To do that, swipe down from the top right corner of your screen, like that. Now look for Lock Orientation shortcut with a padlock. This one. Then click on it. And if it's blue and your padlock is locked, that means that auto rotation is disabled. That's because your screen is locked in current orientation, which in my case is this one. So to enable auto rotation, click on the same shortcut until it's gray and padlock opens. Don't worry, I tested it before and I can assure you this is how it works. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I would like to show you how you can connect it to Printer. First of all, go into Settings and click on More Connections right away. Then select Printing and tap on Default Print Service over here. Last but not least, click on this switcher next to Default Print Service to switch it on and wait for your device to connect. Additionally, if your default print service is enabled, you can click on those four dots at the top right corner. And in case if you are struggling to connect, tap on Add Printer pop-up and select this plus at the top right corner to add it manually by typing in hostname or IP address. Then hit Add in the pop-up and wait. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I would like to show you how you can clone apps. Begin by opening Settings and scrolling to tap on Apps and Services section over here. Now select App Twin and tap on gray switcher next to any app you wanna clone, in my case Snapchat. If you can't see your app here, that means that it's not supported by Huawei App Cloner. When you see this switcher turned blue, you can go back and look for your app. I can see that mine was successfully cloned because it's over here with blue icon at the bottom left corner of it. If you ever want to delete your app clone, go back to the same settings and use no blue switcher next to your app. Then confirm your choice in the pop-up. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I would like to show you how you can change default apps. First of all, go into Settings and scroll a tiny bit to tap on this section called Apps and Services. When you're ready, tap on Default Apps. And what most people miss is that you can click on Home app and Browser app here, but you can also select more and pick any of those options. So for example, if you want to change your default browser, tap on Browser app, click on an app you want to apply as your new default one, and confirm your choice in the pop-up by tapping on Change. So when I do that and go back, I can see that my default app has changed. It works the same way after tapping on More and managing any of those apps. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I would like to show you how you can operate voice typing in Celia Keyboard. First of all, you need to launch your keyboard and hold this microphone at the bottom right corner. Then start typing. As you can see, voice typing is on. You can pause or unpause voice typing using this button in the middle. To delete text on the go, click on this one with an X. To hide your keyboard, click on this one at the bottom right corner. To add any punctuation marks, hold this left one and swipe to the one you wish to add to your sentence. And last but not least, to stop voice typing, use this X at the bottom left corner. This way, instead of closing your keyboard, you can go back to the standard one. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I would like to show you how you can turn on or turn off location. First of all, you need to access Tab menu by swiping down from the top right corner of your screen. When you're ready, look for Location shortcut and click on it. So when I click, mine turned blue. That means that location is enabled, but you can always disable it by tapping on the same shortcut again. Make sure you wait until it turns gray to be absolutely sure location is disabled. Additionally, while testing this device, I discovered that you can always go into settings as well. Scroll all the way down to click on Location section and manage it thanks to this switcher next to Access My Location. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I would like to show you where you can locate all text correction options. To find and manage all of text correction options, you don't need any trick or any special apps. Just a few steps in Devices Settings. So let's begin by opening Settings and scrolling all the way down right away. When you're ready, select System and Updates, then Language and Input, and finally your default keyboard. Let's start with Celia. Click on it here, hit Input section, and manage all of those options by clicking on the switches next to chosen features. If you are using Microsoft, click on it here, select Typing, and manage all of those options the same way. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I would like to show you how you can connect it using Bluetooth. First of all, go into Settings and tap on Bluetooth section right away. Now use gray switcher at the top right corner to activate it. And wait for available devices to show. When they do, tap on the one you want to connect to. Now, before selecting pair, most people forget to choose this option, allow access to your contacts if you wish to enable or disable it. Then hit pair and wait for the other device to accept your connection request. As you can see, after a couple of seconds, my devices were successfully connected. Additionally, if you want to disconnect them, hit this gear right next to your device and tap on Unpair at the bottom. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I would like to show you how you can turn on or turn off app notifications. First of all, go into Settings and tap on Notifications and Status Bar. Then scroll and click on Most Recent under Manage All to click on one of those options and sort your apps. You can sort them by seeing those with most recent notifications, most frequent notifications, or just categorize them A to Z. Either way, when you find an app you wanna manage, click on it, and to block all notifications, use blue switcher next to Allow Notifications. You can switch them on by clicking on the same, now gray switcher. But most people don't know that you can also tap on Manage All over here and use those switchers next to your apps to block notifications from them right away. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I would like to show you how you can turn on or turn off autocorrection. Begin by opening Settings and scrolling all the way down right away. Now click on System and Updates, Language and Input, and finally your default keyboard. Let's start with Celia. After tapping on it, hit Input section and tap on the switcher next to autocorrection to turn it on or switch it off. If you are using Microsoft though, you need to click on it here. Then select Typing. And use this switcher next to autocorrect to manage it. Additionally, if you decided to try autocorrect on Microsoft, I would recommend to try undo autocorrect on Backspace, just because it will make using autocorrection even better. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I would like to show you how you can open apps in pop-up view. First of all, select an app you want to use in this view and launch it in the background. Then tap on this icon at the top right corner of it and wait. So when I do that, as you can see, now I can use my app in this little window. Additionally, if you want to operate your window, you can do that by holding this line at the top to drag it. Clicking on this icon at the top left corner to use it in full screen view, or this one right next to it to minimize it and this way turn it into a bubble. To open your window, click on the bubble. If you want to resize it or even reshape it, do it by holding one of your bottom corners. And last but not least, to close your window, click at the top right corner. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I would like to show you how you can set up screen lock. Since I'm testing devices almost every day, I always recommend setting up screen lock, just to keep your data safe. If you want to do it now, begin by opening Settings and scrolling down to click on this section called Biometrics and Password. When you're ready, click on Lock Screen Password here and tap on OK in the pop-up. Now, if you don't want to set up 6-digit PIN, click on Change Password Type and pick one of those: 4-digit PIN, Custom PIN, Pattern, or Alphanumeric Password. Wherever you decided, when you're ready, create it. And if you made a mistake, tap on Redraw at the bottom left corner and then enter it correctly. Now repeat it to confirm it, and when you're ready, hit Done at the bottom right corner. So when I go back, switch off my screen and turn it back on, I can see that pattern is required. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to set up lock screen on the Huawei MatePad 12X. Now let's begin. So, currently, if I would simply lock the screen and unlock it, you will notice that I can just swipe up and then I have full access to my device. And of course, that is not good, because just some random person could just take our Huawei tablet, unlock it, and use it as their own. So let's set up a very simple password. First, you want to go into the settings. Then inside settings, you want to scroll down a little and enter biometrics and password right here. Now, you want to go into lock screen password And as you can see, we have a little notification that we want to remember our lock screen password, because if we ever forget it, the only way to gain access to our phone back, or in our case a tablet, is going to be performing a factory reset, which will result in deleting of everything in our device. So that is not really good. Let's go into OK. And as you can see, by default, we want to input a 6-digit PIN. However, we can click as well the change password type, and now we can go, for example, into custom PIN, pattern, or alphanumeric passwords. I think I'm going to go into pattern because I think it's just easier and faster, and I will go with a very simple L shape as my pattern here. So I will now hit done, and congratulations, that's literally it. Now if you would lock the screen and go and try to unlock it, you can see that now every time we do that, we must input the lock screen pattern. And yeah, that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.
In front of me is Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I would like to show you how you can select and delete multiple photos at once. If you want to clean up your gallery app much faster, here's how to do it. First of all, you need to open an app called Gallery and decide if you wish to delete your photos from Photos or Albums category on the left. Let's start with Photos. Hold one you wanna get rid of. And to select multiple, you can either click on those icons at the top right corners of each section, or click on this one with a check mark at the top right corner of your screen. Now, to keep some of those photos, tap on the chosen ones. And to get rid of the rest, use Bin button at the top right corner and confirm your choice in the pop-up. If you want to delete them from albums, click on Albums on the left. Then pick one, hold one of your photos, and use the same icon at the top right corner you used before. Tap on your photos you wanna keep, and get rid of the rest using Bin button. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I would like to show you how you can set up Face Unlock. Before we begin, a quick disclaimer. To set up face recognition, you need to have screen lock already on, or your device won't let you add face data. So if you have your screen lock ready, you can go into Settings and scroll to click on Biometrics and Password. Now tap on Face Recognition and enter your current login method. Finally, choose Add Virtual Profile at the bottom. Tap on this switcher next to Raise to Wake to enable or disable this option, and when you're ready, hit Get Started. Remember to keep your face in frame and follow all of the instructions from your screen. If you want to, you can click Rename and type in whatever you want to. And as you can see, your facial profile will be here. You can always add another one the same way. So now, when I go back, switch off my screen and turn it back on, I can see that Face Unlock is working properly. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! front of me is Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I would like to show you how you can open apps in split screen view. I get a lot of questions about split screen on this Huawei. That's because entering it is not as easy as it should. Let me explain. First of all, you need to open any app you want to use in split screen view and launch it in the background. Then click on this icon at the top right corner of it to open your app as a floating window. Then tap on the second app, click on your window, and finally, to use those apps in split screen view, hold this line at the top of your window, the blue one, and drag your app all the way to the right or to the left. When you see a gray area, let go. Now you can tap on next or later. And finally, use your apps at once. To go back from this mode, you can go back into background apps and swipe them. Or to keep using one of them, hold those three dots in the middle and drag one of your apps all the way to the right or to the left. Then close the remaining one by tapping on Home button. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I would like to show you how you can operate apps permissions. First of all, go into Settings and scroll down to click on Privacy section over here. Now select Permission Manager and tap on any of your device's features you want to manage, like location. Then tap on one of your apps under one of those categories. Allowed only while in use, allowed all the time, or the night. Let's go with AliExpress from the night one. After tapping on one of your apps, click on one of those options. Ask each time, allow only while in use, or the night. Let's go with allow only while in use, so when I tap and go back, I can see that AliExpress just gained access to my device's location while I'm using it. But most people don't know you can actually pick any feature and look for an app you wanna manage instead. For example, I will go into microphone only to find Opera Mini. Now, instead of clicking on any of those options, select See All Permissions here in blue text and manage all of those only for chosen app the same way. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I would like to show you how you can change this device's theme. First of all, you need to find an app called Themes that's already on your device, and when you're ready, click on it. Then find Perfect Theme by clicking on the search bar at the top right corner and typing in whatever you want to, or by operating all of those categories on the left, Featured, Categories and Top. Either way, after finding a perfect theme, you can tap on it and buy it thanks to blue button. Or if you selected any free theme, just tap on download right away. When you see apply option, click on it and tap on discard or keep in magazine unlock pop-up. Then wait. As you can see, after a few seconds, theme of my device has changed. If you want to go back to your default theme, you can always do that by accessing Themes app again. And this time tapping on me at the bottom on the left. Now tap on any of your preset themes and hit apply button. Then confirm your choice in the pop-up. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye!
Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to change lock screen passwords on Huawei MatePad 12X. And let's begin. So, as you can see, currently my lock screen password is this very simple pattern that I have. And let's say I want to change it to, for example, PIN or a password or something else. In order to do that, we first need to go into our settings. And then, as you can see, we already have kind of a spoiler, but yes, indeed, we want to navigate into a section called Biometrics and Password. Now, you have the section called Password, and you want to simply go into Change Lock Screen Password. Of course, before we do that, we first must input our current password once again. And now we have a little notification that we want to remember our new lock screen password, because if we ever forget it, the only way to gain access to our device is to perform a factory reset on it, which means the resetting of everything on your device, which is of course not something you want to do. Anyway, I'm going to click OK. And now, by default, we have a set 6-digit PIN. However, you can click Change Password Type, and now you can change between the 4-digit PIN, Custom PIN, Pattern, which I had something before, and alphanumeric password. I'm going to do a 4-digit PIN, and I will go very simple 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course, we have a warning that my password is way too simple, but because I'm the tutorial guy, I don't really have to worry about it. You, however, yeah, I would advise you to set something different as your PIN or password. So I will go with 1, 2, 3, 4 once again, and this time I will go with use anyway. You want to re-input your PIN, and as you can see, that's all. Why isn't? I thought that this would work. Never mind. As you can see now, if we look at the screen, we have our new PIN, not pattern. And yeah, that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.
Welcome. In front of me is a Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I will show you how you can enable and also set up your Do Not Disturb mode. So, to get started, pull down your toggles by swiping down from the top right side of the screen. And in here, you will find the Do Not Disturb mode somewhere. It should be added by default, and for me it is visible right over here. So once you see this toggle, first time around, I recommend holding it and then selecting Settings. This, as you can see, takes you to the settings, and in here you can customize a couple of things. It looks like there's almost no options, so there's no options. So the only thing that you can do in here is actually create a schedule. You can have multiple schedules running at a time, but other than that, it doesn't give you any options to, for instance, disable notifications from specific contacts or applications or anything like that that you would have expected from a actually full-fledged Do Not Disturb mode. I mean, what can we expect? Huawei is just one of the most profitable device companies on the market. let's not expect too much from them, right? So if you want to use any kind of schedule, when you add them, they will automatically become enabled, or you can also use the one that comes by default here. As you can see, we can also tap on it to edit it. So here you can change the days of the week, start and end time. Now, for people that want to use this manually, all you would need to do is find this toggle and simply tap on the icon. First time around, it will get you this pop-up letting you know that when enabled, notifications will be silent, alarms will ring as usual. I recommend checking the box right here and then selecting enable. So this box won't show up now ever again. And you can see it is running. So we have this moon icon right here. Now once you're done with it, you can turn it off by navigating back to your panel right here and clicking on the toggle once again to turn it off. And you will need to remember about it, as otherwise this mode will run indefinitely in the background. So with that being said, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I will show you how you can wipe cache partition on this tablet. So, to get started, you will want to turn off your device by holding your power button. In a moment, this will show up with your boot options. From here, select power off twice. And this will turn off the device, and my camera will most likely lose focus for no reason. So let me just put my hand here. Now, once the device is off, you want to hold your power button and volume up at the same time. Now, when you see the Huawei logo on a screen somewhere here, you will want to let go of the power button. There we go. But keep holding volume up. And this takes us to the recovery mode. In here, simply click on clear data and then wipe cache partition. And this goes through a very quick cache wipe. As you can see, it's already finished. So once it's finished, we can select it back. And then before I click on restart, I do want to warn you, this garbage will be stupidly loud for no reason. Winnie the Pooh might be going deaf, so I guess Huawei needs to bring up the volumes of their devices so he can hear it boot up. So plug your ears, be warned. Okay, there we go. How graceful of Huawei that they don't allow us to change the volume of this. Anyway, you can see our device is back up with the cache wipe being, well, wiped. Anyway, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I will show you how you can capture a screenshot on this device. So, to get started, you will want to open up content that you wish to capture. For me, that will be the home screen that's already open and visible on my screen. Just make sure that whatever you want to capture is right now visible on your screen. Once it is, you will want to hold your power button and volume down at the same time. I didn't press those, like I said. There we go. And you can see when you do that, it gets you this pop-up with share and what was the other option? Share and scroll. So you can utilize a scrolling screenshot if there's content that can be scrolled. On the home screen, you can see there's nothing to scroll down on. But for instance, if you were to open up something like a web browser, and I don't know, open up some news feed, you can most likely scroll down on there, and that button would allow you to basically capture continuously, like elongating a screenshot till you press the display to stop it. And this would then capture obviously much wider screenshot than you normally have. So you wouldn't be just contained to what's on the screen, but also what you can scroll down on, and it will be in a single shot as a very long one. So once you capture any kind of screenshot, you can then find it in your gallery application. Just go back. Typically, you would be located in the Photos tab, like this one, and your screenshots will show up in here. Now you'll also see other things like your photos, videos, downloaded images, and anything else like that in here as well. So it might be a little bit difficult for you to locate just the screenshots amongst everything else that will be shown in here. So a better way is to navigate to Albums, and in Albums you'll find album called Screenshots. Now in here you'll find screenshots and also screen recordings, but it's still much easier to find the content that you're looking for between screenshots and screen recordings rather than literally every kind of media that is on your device. So you can see here are the two screenshots that I have captured. Here's the one and the second one. So there we go. Now if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
In front of me is Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I would like to show you how you can set up an alarm clock. First of all, you need to find Clock app and tap on it. Now choose Alarm section on the left at the top, and finally click on this plus at the bottom in the middle to create new alarm. Now you can adjust it however you want to. At the top, set up an hour. Then click repeat and pick days of the week by tapping on the chosen ones. Hit OK to save them. And if you wish, use this switcher next to allow skipping alarms to enable or disable this option. Then select Sound. Click on Music on this device if you wish to pick a song from your tablet and apply it. Or select one of those melodies. Most people miss that you can also scroll all the way down and hit None if you don't want any melody. Then go back. Click on Label over here and type in whatever you want to. Then save it by choosing OK. Select Ring Duration to decide how many minutes your alarm will ring if you don't react. And last but not least, click on Snooze Duration to decide how many minutes it will take and how many times it will repeat. Tap on OK to save your adjustments. To save your new alarm, use this check mark at the top right corner. So when I click, I can see that mine was successfully created. To turn it on or off, use this switcher next to it. To edit it, click on it, make your changes, and tap on the check mark again. Additionally, if you ever want to delete it, click on it as well, and this time tap on Delete at the bottom. Confirm your choice in the pop-up. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Welcome. In front of me is a Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I want to show you how you can boot this device into recovery mode. So, to get started, we will want to turn off our device by holding the power button. From here, select Power Off. There we go. Sorry for the camera. It has problem focusing on a matte display for some reason. I don't know what it's trying to seeing it, but anyway, so once the device is off, you want to hold your power button and volume, I believe it's going to be down at the same time, so let's try it. Once I figured out why the camera is, there we go, not wanting to focus. So when you start to see the Huawei logo, like this one, let go of the power button, but keep holding volume down. For God's sakes. My neighbor is quieter than this, and this dipshit keeps talking loudly at like 1 a.m. Anyway, let's try that again. Okay, so it looks like it's not actually volume down. Come on, camera, cooperate here. So we're gonna do power button volume up. I might have started holding them a little bit too early. Sometimes this device has a bit of a wonkiness, but there we go. Same as before, let go of the power button when you see the Huawei logo. And there we go. So it was power button volume up. Now in here, we have a couple options like restart, clear data, which we can obviously tap on. And in clear data, we have factory reset and wipe cache partition. We have also update mode and safe mode. Now I'm going to stick with the first option, as this is just the way we're going to get back to our Harmony OS. Come on, there we go. Jesus. Why are you so loud? Please stop. There we go. Wish I would never have to hear that again. But anyway, that's about it. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I will show you how you can enable your power saving mode. Okay, so to get started, you will want to swipe down from the top right side of the screen, as this brings down your toggles. And here we're looking for the power saving mode, which I already know it's not added by default, so we will need to do that ourselves. So start off by clicking right here, and then click on the plus. And you can see we have power saving mode as the first toggle right here. When you click on the plus on it, it gets added. And now just make sure you click on the check mark right here to save the changes. And there is our power saving mode. Now in here you can just simply tap on it and it will bring up this window. I recommend checking the box to don't show this again. And it also gives you a quick message that power saving mode basically save power by disabling features such as auto sync. Wow, this is such a brief explanation that, you know what, you could have just not given this pop-up at all. Now when you enable it, auto sync is kind of not very descriptive. So let me explain what that is. This disabling auto sync means that your device will stop looking for things like new emails, messages from WhatsApp or Instagram or anywhere else when you're not using the device. So when you lock it up like so, it will go into, I guess, what could be considered as a standby mode, and in that mode it disconnects from Wi-Fi to preserve battery life. Now when you wake it up, like I am doing right now, it automatically reconnects and then checks every application if it's missing something, and then just dumps everything on you at once. So this is one of the key things that the power saving mode will do. And there's probably other things happening in the background which aren't disclosed, and I have no idea. Typically we would have dark mode enabled, but looks like that's not the case here. So another thing, let me just quickly check. Trying to see something that can actually be scrolled. Okay, let's turn that off. Okay, I think it is also disabling high refresh rate. Yep, definitely is. So it is disabling also high refresh rate to preserve battery life in that way, which you can actually do yourself without having the power saving mode enabled. Those are the two things that I can actually see happening. But anyway, with that being said, hopefully you found this very helpful. And if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
In front of me is Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I would like to show you how you can set up app lock. Before we begin, a quick disclaimer. To set up app lock on this Huawei, you don't need any special app or any trick, because you can lock apps using devices settings. So let's begin by opening settings and scrolling all the way down right away. When you're ready, tap on Security section and hit App Lock over here. Now, after tapping on Enable, you need to decide if you wish to set up your current screen lock as your app lock as well, or create custom PIN only for your apps. If you decided to use screen lock, just click on it and then enter it. If you decided to pick custom PIN, you need to create it here and repeat it to confirm it. Whichever app lock method you chose, you need to answer security question. If you don't like this one, click on it and pick one of those. If you don't like any of them, tap on the question and tap on custom question to create your own. Save it by hitting OK and remember to answer it correctly. Then tap on Finish. And finally, to lock any app, use gray switcher right next to it. So when I do that, and go back to access any of those apps, I can see that PIN is required. Additionally, if you want to disable app lock from any app, I can show you how to do it though. Just go back to the same settings, hit app lock, enter your app lock locking method you chose before, and tap on blue switchers next to your apps to disable app lock from them. To disable app lock completely on your tablet, click on blue switcher next to app lock feature and hit disable in the pop-up. Then enter your screen lock or custom PIN one last time. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I would like to show you how you can operate a voice recorder. Don't worry, you don't need to download any recorder app because your Huawei already has one. So find it, it's this one called Recorder, and when you're ready, launch it. Now use red button at the bottom to start recording. As you can see, recording is on. To pause it or unpause it, use this left button. To add a bookmark, right button. To add a bookmark, click on the left one. And most people don't know that you can actually use this one at the top right corner. And thanks to it, enable voice enhancement. You can disable it by clicking on the same one again. To end recording, use the same red button you used before. As you can see, mine was successfully created. Now it's time to manage it. You can select it by clicking on it on the left. You can play it thanks to this button at the bottom. And manage it thanks to all of those options. You can add a bookmark while listening. You can speed it up, skip silences, or disable skipping silences. And my favorite one, which is edit. After tapping on it, pinch your fingers to zoom in and out. Like that. Now select a portion of your recording you want to manage and hit trim over here. Then decide if you wish to keep selected part or delete selected part. To save your changes, make sure to tap on this check mark at the top right corner. To discard them, use this X at the top left one. As you can see, my original recording is here, and here's a copy. You can also click on this icon at the top right corner to use all of those options, like rename, or delete. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Welcome. In front of me is a Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I'll show you how you can hard reset this device through recovery mode. So, to get started, you will need to turn off your device, and you can do this even if you have a screen lock that you don't know. So, just hold the power button till you get your boot options, like these ones. Select power off. When the device turns off, give it like a moment, as it does take the tablet just a moment to actually fully turn off, even though the screen is looking like it's off. And from there, you're going to hold power button and volume up at the same time. Now let go of the power button when you see the Huawei logo on the screen. There we go. So now I'm just holding volume up. And this will take you to the recovery mode. In here, I'm going to select clear data and then factory reset. As a confirmation, you do need to type in yes, no matter what the screen lock was, and also try to be slow about it. The input delay here is so huge that it doesn't pick up every button that you're going to press. So make sure it's typed in here, yes, and when it is, click on factory reset. This will now begin factory resetting your device, and this will take just, I don't know, 10 seconds, 20 maybe. Let's give it a moment. There we go, reset successful. So now we're going to go back and then select restart. This will reboot the device, and when the tablet boots back up, it's going to continue resetting itself, which, there we go, it's now continuing. So it will take it a little bit longer to boot back up than you might be used to, but once it's finished doing whatever it's doing, we will be presented with the setup screen. Now this might take actually like 2 minutes. I don't think it's done just yet, but we'll see, I guess. So anyway, I'm gonna run through and come back once it's actually finished. And as you can see, the process is now finished and you can set up your device however you like. So if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I will show you how you can record screen on this device. So to get started, we will pull down our toggles by swiping down from the top right screen of the device. And somewhere here you will find a screen recorder. For me it is right over here. But if you don't see it in this panel, you can add it by clicking right here. Clicking on the plus, and you can see toggles that are turned off. Anyway, so once you have this toggle added, you can then click on it. It brings up the screen recorder, so microphone uses this is used to record sound, and then media and files basically save it. We're going to select agree. Now by default, when it starts recording, it has the microphone enabled for some reason, so be very wary of that if you don't want to record it. This can be moved around, and don't worry, this is actually not visible on the recording. Now from here you can open up any kind of application that you want to record. Let's see if there's anything. Whatever, I'm just going to open up something like health. Okay, so there we go. We can see we have opened health. Anyway, once you're done recording, did I just split screen that? It looks like I did. There we go. So once you're done recording, you can interact with this overlay right here. Click where the time is, and this will automatically save your recording. Now before it does, it gives you the option to share it by swiping it up. If you ignore it, it just goes away. So when it does disappear, you can find that captured recording in your gallery application, and you can see it right here at on the Photos tab. Now this will be mixed with basically photos, videos, downloaded pictures or videos, movies, and whatever you have else on here. So it might not be too easy to find it later on down the line. So what you could do is navigate into albums, and in albums you will find screenshot album. Now here it's still going to be mixed up. Hello, there we go, camera. So here it's still going to be mixed up with other things like screenshots, but it's much easier to find your screen recordings between just screen recordings and screenshots rather than your entire media library. And you can see it right here. I can play it back. Now you'll see where my pen was touching the display. Oh, there we go. So this dot basically indicates the pen. Okay, so there we go. Now, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a Huawei MatePad 12X, and today I will show you how you can boot this device into safe mode. So, to get started, you will want to hold your power button, select power off, and when the device turns off, you want to hold your power button and volume up at the same time. Now, I'm sorry for the camera trying to focus on literally a matte display and losing somehow to that. It's literally matte. There is no reflection. Please just focus right here. There we go. So anyway, from here, we're going to hold those two buttons, power and volume up. And you want to let go of the power button when you see the Huawei logo on a display. Now when this disappears, we shortly will be taken to the recovery mode. So you can let go of the volume up. And again, camera please. There is something on the screen. There we go. So in here, all you want to do is select safe mode. Now, before you do that, you might want to grab earplugs, because Winnie the Pooh is getting a little bit deaf onto his ears. So Huawei, which is one of the probably most sold devices or brands in China, I guess needed to make up for his hearing loss. So be warned, this is going to be loud for no reason, with no control to turn it down. My God, there we go. So you can see we're now in safe mode, and in this mode only the pre-installed applications will function, which looks like the ones that won't work, which have been downloaded after you were setting up the device, because you are forced to connect to network. These are downloaded while you're doing a setup, but they are being downloaded. So in safe mode they just straight up disappear. You can see we have a lot of empty space. That's the space where typically I would have applications. So if you have some kind of app that is causing you problems, to get rid of it, you need to go into the settings and then something like apps. Oh, there we go, apps and services, and then apps. And here you'll find every single app. For instance, this garbage right here. You can see it's installed, but it doesn't show up anywhere here. So it is one of the apps that is disabled. Was it this? Oh, that was something else. Okay. So these are disabled in safe mode. You can get rid of them, but you won't be able to run any app that is considered third party, aka download it, just download it in any kind of way. Now, once you're done with this mode and you want to go back to the normal one, all you would need to do is hold your power button. And this time around, we're going to select restart. And again, brace yourself for the loud volume. And there we go. I do want to point out, I am talking straight to the microphone at a distance of like 10 centimeters. This is on a table, and it's nearly peaking the mic, so that's great. Anyway, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a Huawei MatePad 12X. And today I will show you how you can hard reset this device through settings. So to get started, you will want to open up your settings, and in here we're going to scroll down to System and Update, and from here select Reset Tablet. And this will present you with a list of data that will be removed by this process, which importantly includes things like install apps, music, photos, and basically all user data. So if you have anything of that sort that you would like to maintain, make a backup copy of it before you go any further. Now, that being said, if I select Reset Tablet, I do have the option to back it up right here, but this will be done strictly to the Huawei cloud, meaning that this backup will be absolutely useless if you also have something like a Xiaomi device, just as an example. And you will not have access to this backup on Xiaomi, which means that this backup is just redundant. Now, I am always going to advocate for storing your own data on your own computers. After all, doing a backup to the cloud, for instance Huawei Cloud, means that Huawei can use this to, well, supposedly, let's just say allegedly they don't do this, or they say that they don't. But let's be honest, no company that gathers and allows you to use some features that would normally cost them money isn't doing it out of goodness of their heart. They're doing it for some monetary reason, and the hip kid on the block right now is AI, so they're probably going to be using it to train their AI, just saying. So I personally like to have my data on my own computer by just, grabbing something like this, plugging in the damn cable, and moving over the data to my own computer, the files that I want, which means that, this data cannot be used to train any kind of garbage. It's completely private because it's basically stored locally on my own machine. And furthermore, if you're outside of, or if you're somewhere like in European Union, that data has also an expiration date. So if you're doing a backup to the cloud, after I believe 2 or 3 years, if nothing is done with it, the company will need to delete it. So God forbid you ever need to access the data after that time. Well, it will no longer be there. It's just going to be removed. So they can use that to probably train their algorithms, and then you don't even have access to your backup because it's going to be gone by that time. Cool. So do the backup to your own computer, and once you have done so, you can then select Reset Tablet. Now this will probably take about 2 minutes to reset it, and once it's finished, we should be presented with the setup screen. So I'm going to let it run through and come back once it's finished. Now disregard the camera losing focus, and also prepare yourself for ear-piercing sound of the device booting up. So you might want to plug your ears, lower the volume or something like that. And as you can see, the process is now finished, and you can set up your device however you like. So if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.